Welcome to Larry's Jugs Shop Talk number 48, Sun City, Arizona. We're going to be talking about pricing and value today, and we're going to be having some fun with it. We've been talking about these last Larry's Jugs Shop Talk. We talked about these 15s. We talked about how rare they were. We said that there was probably 10 20s nicely marked to every 115. So we know they're rare. We talked about condition, that these 15s are as great a condition. They're basically perfect. We talked about marks. They're both marked with Minnesota stoneware. But the other markings are equally or more important. They're really well decorated, well done. They're done by Emo Satola. Desirability. Anybody who's got a collection of salt clays, who's got the 8, 10, and 12, and 20, is going to want the 15. So it's desirable. And people know how rare the 15s are. Rarity, it's got fantastic looks. So what is the value? Well, value seems to be what people remember things selling for in the past. So whenever I ask anybody what something's worth, the first thing they remind me is, well, I can remember when it sold at auction for X amount of dollars. Or I can remember when it sold at convention. So value has to do, I think, with the past. So we're going to talk about value and price. So what is the value of these? We're going to let you decide. One of the things I decided to do today is, instead of me telling you what these value is, I'm going to let you figure out what you think the value is and write it down. And as these items sell, we will send it out on Facebook and let you know and see how close you are. The other item is this 15-gallon salt lid. This has a lot of turkey droppings on. And we talked about being on top of the kiln. And this is as desirable of a lid as you will ever see. Next to it is a 15-gallon brown center lid, which looks really nice on your 15-gallon crock. So these all have great condition. They're well marked. They're very desirable, and they're extremely rare. Now I brought a couple of other pieces with me. I want to talk about this 2-gallon crock. Now, when you look at it, what is it worth? $100, $200? Is it Ohio? Well, let's look at it. Condition. It's basically perfect condition. The only thing it's got is a chip that's glazed over. Desirability. It's not the most desirable looking 2-gallon crock. In fact, most people would pass it by. So it doesn't strike you as looks. Rarity, yes, but probably Ohio made it. So what changes all of that is when you turn it upside down and you find the Minnesota stoneware marking. So this is extremely rare because of the mark. Most people wouldn't put much value on it at all, but once you realize it's marked Minnesota, it has a lot more value. It also has more value because it's got the salt bottom. And you'll find very few 2-gallon crocks that have that salt bottom. So what do you think this would sell for? We will let you know when we get it sold. But again, it's a piece that a lot of people would pass by because they just don't even think it's Red Wing or Minnesota. We have that 3-gallon beehive with all the turkey droppings on it. Fits the same thing. So what is that going to sell for? When we get it sold, we'll let you know. But it's got everything. Looks, condition, rarity. People love the 3 gallons worth of rolled lips. So that's value. And value, a lot of it we think of in the past. So what is the price of it? What is it going to sell for? That depends on a lot more things. Depends on if it's sold at auction. If it's 2 or 3 people that want it at auction. If it's at a flea market. If it's at an antique shop. If it's at a Goodwill store. So the pricing of it can vary just as simple as where it's at. Rarity has a lot to do with the pricing too. So a lot of people today are looking to fill in their collection. They may have all of the Salt Glaze Crocs. They don't have the 15. A 2-gallon collector might have all these different Salt Glaze 2 gallons, but he's never seen this 2-gallon. So that's going to impact price. The person who's got and loves the roll lip on the 3-gallon is going to make that desirable. So pricing today is what is it going to sell for. A lot of times I give ranges, but pricing today is more difficult today than it's ever been. Everybody has listened to auction prices and are blown away with some of those prices. Now at the other end, there's auction prices that are extremely low too. So it goes both ways. So we put so much value in what something's worth. And I think it's important. I think it's important to know the value. I think it's important to know the price range. But what I've learned over 55 years of collecting is it's worth what the buyer's willing to pay and the seller's willing to sell it for. And when it's all said and done, as I look back, I would say 1/3 of the pieces sell for more than I think the value is. Probably 1/3 sell for less than the value, and 1/3 sell for in between. Larry's Jugs has always tried to price items so that there was more meat on it. So it wasn't at the high end, so that it would make it affordable for most people. So value and pricing is something that changes every day, and we watch it. So collecting Red Wing has turned out to be my best investment and the most fun I've had and the people that I enjoy being with the most. This is Shop Talk number 48. Thank you.